So, remember that video on Sweet Baby I did? Like, I legitimately thought I was schizophrenic because I don't know if I was the only one talking about this, but I mean, compared to right now, it was just nobody really cared or it just wasn't at the forefront, but now it is, right? So, if you don't know what Sweet Baby Incorporate is it's a consulting firm. So you as a company pretty much use them to, you know, consult, which means to advise on the story, advise on art, advise on. So you have a product that's done, and then they come in and they change it. And of course, they do it for diversity and inclusion and equity. You know, the smoke screen that they throw in your face just so you don't see the fact that they're absolutely destroying the artistic value of the game just to fit the sensibilities of a few people and not the market. So, and now people are flipping out about it. Like, I know Asmongold made a video about them because he was going on his, absolute fucking bust through entertainment with the localizer scandal and anime, and that now he talks about Sweet Baby, and now it's in the eyes of the people. Like now, just normal fucking people see this, and now there's uh, Sweet Baby Incorporate detected, and it just shows games where they've consulted. Like they consulted Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Gotham Knights, which was schlock, and a bunch of other indie games, Dark Alliance, which was schlock, and Sable Suicide Squad. And I don't think this is the whole conclusive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Like, they've consulted God of War Ragnarok. They've consulted with Saints Row. Like, again, they don't add anything to these games, to these products. They only universally take away. And people are seeing this, and now everyone's in the limelight, and everyone's seeing this like they're literal parasites that based off nepotism, right? And I heard, and take this for a grain of salt, right? I heard in the case of uh, Saints Row that it's just a bunch of 40, 50-year-old suits that are like, oh, hey, what do kids like nowadays? And then the HR hag who's like 25, smelling like cat piss is like, oh, well, kids like talking about their student loan or how everything's fucking sucks. And how, oh, Nazis and oh, this, that, and fascism and fuck capitalism. And they're like, oh, yeah, let's do that. So they hired Sweet Baby to do all that. And, well, we know what happened to Saints Row. And again, this isn't anything that people haven't seen before, right? It's bad enough that the gaming industry is shit, but then you have parasites like these that exist, like parasites like Sweet Baby, that effectively exists to suck money and to suck wealth from an already failing industry, and they don't make it better; they make it worse. It's just now that you have this on as a checklist, like anyone who hates their game, you can claim, oh, they're a sexist, racist, transphobic, of this, that, and the other. But it's like, okay, congratulations, you've called people a word, but the product still sucks, right? And again, now everyone sees this. Everyone's seeing that Sweet Baby is the reason why. Again, most not only games but most things in general is trash. What does IGN has to say about this? Like, I'm curious. What the fuck? What the fuck is? Oh, I guess that's just a search. Here's their goofy ass homepage made with this odd corporate art. Oh yeah, founded in 2018, Sweet Baby Inc. is a narrative development and consulting studio based in Montreal and working around the globe. Our mission is to tell better, more empathetic stories while diversifying and enriching video game industry. We aim to make games more engaging, more fun, more meaningful, and more inclusive for everyone. But that's odd, right? Because they'll say art is subjective, but then they'll in one hand they'll say it's subjective, but in another they're like, oh, well, we hope to make it better. It's like, what does that mean, right? Art is subjective. How can you make something that is subjective better by your eyes? What the fuck? We believe you need a diverse voices to solve diverse problems. Free Baby Incorporated provides narrative consultation at any stage of development, boasting a talented team with vetted industry experience to bring your story to life. Writing, narrative, representation, development. Okay, so this means absolutely nothing, right? If you want diversity in your game, because you just really need to see melanated or you just really need to see more vagina in the game, make the game as cheap, as accessible, as humanly possible so everyone literally can play the game. Like, make it as many languages as possible, make it controller friendly if you can, if it's on PC. Like, this is what you do, and then let the diversity roll in. Like, you don't force diversity. You don't force the market, because if you do that, and this is something you could see, if you try to change the product under this guise that, oh, it's more diverse and more people are just automatically going to flock in, you're going to lose again your main consumer base, because your main consumer base just likes the game for the game. Like, they like the product that came before, but then you're changing that not to fit their standards, but to fit the standards of the unicorn that is the wider audience that doesn't exist. And you hear my dog in the background, she's going straight ham. And again, you end up not pleasing anybody. You just end up with a product. If you try making a product for everyone, you end up with a product for no one. Because again, games are for everybody, right? I mean, everyone, I guess, unless you have certain disabilities, can play the game. Like, you don't have, like, I know when I grew up, people were like, oh, women don't want to be in games because you have the penis patrol. The penis patrol patrolling the game aisle, and you have to stick your dick in the Xbox just to turn on. So if you don't have a dick, you just can't play the Xbox. Like, they don't say this, but this is what they mean. Like, they generally believe that men are the reason why women are not into video games, and it begs the question, right? That for any other situation where a man and a woman like something, like, it is almost an instant connection, instantly. But for some reason with video games, like, when a guy sees a girl wanting to play a game, he's like, he grabs the controls, like, call the penis patrol, call the penis patrol. Like, again, this is generally what they believe. Like, they don't believe that, other women gatekeep women out of games. They don't believe that, when my mom grew up, games were for children, and the idea was to grow the fuck up and watch football. Like, these are things that has completely exited the mind of a current day, social justice warrior. Like, if it's anything, it has to be men. And we see now that that's just simply not the case. Like, now, again, games are just trash, and it's why people are moving to anime, right? And I say this in almost every video, because anime actually releases products. Like, anime is probably the most inclusive. Like, they have anime for literally everyone. Like, they had anime for adults, men, adult women, teenage men, teenage women, and underage men and women. Like, they have products for literally everybody. They are the most diverse portfolio ever. But for some reason, they've been sold this goofy idea that no, in fact, we need to force the market, we need to force diversity. See, there's Alan Wake, God of War, Spider-Man, and in this, they don't end up achieving anything. The market doesn't care, the wider audience doesn't care because they're watching anime, and at the end of the day, nothing changes, nothing gets better, everything just gets worse. So, and I'm glad people are actually seeing this. Like at first, I thought I was just going schizophrenic, but no, people are waking up to this, and I think it's a good thing. But anyway, I have to take my dog out. Peace.